Brenda Spencer was only 16 years old when she opened fire on students and staff at Cleveland Elementary in San Carlos, killing 2 people. Tomorrow, at age 62, she is up for parole. Welcome back. I'm Carlo Cicchetto. CBS 8's Steve Price talked with a local mental health expert about Spencer's case and shares why the psychiatrist has serious concerns about Spencer ever being released.
This used to be the site of Cleveland Elementary School, and when Brenda Spencer opened fire back in 1979, it was the first shooting ever in the U.S. on an elementary school campus. Now, 46 years later, a parole board will decide if she should be released. Victims say no, and they are not alone.
I'm very deeply sorry for what I have done to my victims and their families and friends.
Brenda Spencer tried to convince a parole board in 2001 that she wasn't the same person who opened fire on Cleveland Elementary with a .22 caliber rifle, killing Principal Burton Ragg and custodian Mike Suchar, injuring 8 students and a police officer.
I'm asking for the chance to prove to the board members and my victims that I have changed and that I am no longer a threat to society.
She's had 7 parole hearings, and every time she's been denied, with the Deputy District Attorney's Office fighting to keep her locked up.
There's a sociopathic part to her personality that doesn't care who she hurts or what she does. And I think until she's had a long time to think about that, we're not going to see any change.
The day of the shooting, Spencer was asked why she did it. Her answer, "I don't like Mondays."
That sounds like a cold-blooded killer.
Dr. Michael Lardon is a local psychiatrist who did not treat Spencer, but has talked with a mom who killed her own kids and a gunman who randomly opened fire on strangers. His initial thoughts on Spencer?
When asked, why you did it, she said, "I don't like Mondays." I mean, that's kind of a bizarre sociopathic comment. That means I don't really care. I just wanted to spice it up. I don't care what happens to everybody else. So that comment is very worrisome.
I had been using drugs all that weekend, so
What type of drugs were you using?
LSD and PCP.
Spencer testified in previous parole hearings that she was under the influence of drugs at the time of the shooting. Lardon says drug addicts who hear voices telling them to do things can be treated, but Spencer's toxicology tests showed no drugs in her system.
What type of danger does this person, now present to society?
Lardon says rehabilitating a sociopath is extremely difficult, even if they were only 16 years old at the time of the murders.
People that are sociopaths, they can do some horrific act and it doesn't bother them. They have no moral conscience. They can cut someone's throat and their pulse rate doesn't go up. And that's a very dangerous group of people. And we know that there's no real good treatment for them.
He adds that a study showed sociopaths living with people who are not sociopaths do not assimilate and therefore should be separated from society. Bottom line, Lardon has concerns about Spencer being paroled not just now, but ever.
This person wasn't chronically ill. They weren't hearing voices. They were just doing it for fun. And that is really dangerous.
Steve Price, CBS 8.
Thank you, Steve. Steve will be monitoring what happens during Spencer's parole hearing and share any new developments in a full report tomorrow night.